Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for watching another video. Today we're going to have a look at a brand new Taurus pistol, new for 2022. This is their entrance and answer to the hybrid crossover market. We're going to have a closer look at the G3X. And if you're wondering what's in the box, you get two 15-round magazines. These are really inexpensive and very easy to find. That's one of the things I love about Taurus. Not only is the pistol right around a $300 pistol, but the magazines are really easy to find and they're really inexpensive. Alright, before moving on to the review of the G3X, let's take a step back in time and figure out just how this category of pistol came out, which is the hybrid or crossover category. Of course, way back in time, you had your full-length pistols like the Glock 17, full-length slide and barrel, full-size frame and grip, maximum ammo capacity. Really good accuracy because of the length of the slide, but very hard to conceal. In fact, if you put these back to back, you can already see the massive difference here. Okay. Then, of course, after this, you had your Glock 19, which is the compact category. I just happen to have a CZP-10C here. Shorter slide, smaller frame, less ammo capacity, but a lot easier to conceal. Okay. And then, of course, your subcompact and now your micro-compact pistols are out there. But I would say maybe 2 or 3 years ago, Glock came out with their 19X or their Glock 45 category, which took the slide length of a compact pistol and put it on the full size frame of a Glock 17. And that is what this is. This is Taurus's answer to that. So you have a shorter, more compact slide on a full size Taurus frame. You don't give up the ammo capacity. It's easier to conceal because of the shorter slide. And I don't know if this was intended by this category popping up, but I feel like with a full size frame and a shorter slide, it is easier to control your recoil when you're picking up your shooting cadence. Normally when I start my reviews, I start off at the top and I work my way down to the grip. But just as I mentioned with the G3C, the first thing you're going to notice when you get your hands in there, especially on the back strap and the front strap area, is the aggressiveness of the grip panels. I would say that is similar to 80 grit sandpaper. In fact, there you go. You can file your nails on it. That's how aggressive that grip texture is on these grip panels. Now let's begin with the sights. I'm happy that they decided to stick with Glock compatible sights. That way, if you don't like these, you can go with many aftermarket companies. There are tons of them out there. But what's on here is a simple blacked out serrated rear, dot in the front. And if you turn this over and look at the profile of the slide, it's very similar to what you're going to see on the Glock. Very block looking with beveling right here on the front by the muzzle. Not as beveled as the Glock slide, but if you look at them from the top, very similar. Yeah, very similar. But the Glock does look a little bit slimmer because the beveling on the sides is a little bit heavier. Beveling does carry around to the front of the muzzle to help you holster without snagging. Does have front and rear cocking serrations. Wish to put a couple more stripes up here in the front, but they're very deep. Alright, going to rotate this around so we can see the accessory rail section here. Got a decent sized trigger guard. Little undercut here so your middle finger can slide all the way up there. You're going to have tons of room for your full grip. Now the only thing that I wish they had done with this one is I wanted to have a deeper beaver tail area cut back here. As you can see, it's very shallow. Wish it was a little bit deeper just to help control that recoil even more. You do have a little bit of a swedge or a ditch cut in here to rest your thumb when you're shooting. Another quick look at that grip texture all the way around. Magazine release button is swappable. It's a tiny guy. Look how small that is. But the magazines do fly right out of there. If you're wondering about the slide stop, it is very tight. Low profile to the frame. Turn around so you guys can see this side here. Man, that grip texture. So angry. Alright, on to the most controversial part about this pistol, and it's the trigger. Some people hate it, some people love it. Let's start with the safety first. So there's no manual safety on here. It's all about that bladed safety on here. So again, if you don't press that little blade right there, it will not go off. So that's not the controversial part. Here it is. So some people are calling this trigger a single action, double action, even though there's no hammer on here. Some people call it a double strike. Taurus is calling it a single action restrike, and here is why. So let's say you squeeze off a round and it doesn't go off. You can just keep tapping that trigger to make that round go off. Then if it doesn't, you just rack your slide and pop it off. So some people hate that idea because it goes against normal triggers where if there's a malfunction, you have to rack the slide and pop it out. You don't have the ability to kind of keep trying to get it to go off. Now, because this trigger is set up a little bit differently, this trigger's action is a little bit different than most. So here's something else that some people have an issue with. It's the take up on the first shot. So it's pretty far. Okay, see that? That's the take up. That's your first wall. But once you get back there, very crisp. Here's the reset, very short, and you would be back on it again, okay? Let's try that again. Very long take up, very smooth to get there, nice crisp break, and then the reset, very short reset. Now, this is different where if you have to keep pulling it, see that? It's right there on the restrike. So that's where that second shot has a shorter take up on there. But when you first get it going, it is a long take up. Once you get it back here, nice crisp break and a very light trigger, as we're going to see in a second. Short reset and back on it. Let's have a look at how heavy this trigger is. All right, here we go. First trigger pull here. And that's coming in at 5 pounds. And that's, I guess, one of those sacrifices you make for having such a long take up. Long take up, but decent trigger pull, very light. Second pull, coming in 4 pounds, 15.6 ounces. That's going to make for very quick reset shots because that reset is so short and so light. Here's the last pull. That's coming in at 5 pounds, 5.5 ounces. So again, I know this looks really distracting, but once you get back here, that pull is so light and so crisp, totally worth it. All right, let's have a look at the double strike trigger pull in case you have to keep squeezing off those rounds. This one's going to be probably quite a bit heavier. That's coming in at 6 pounds, 13.5 ounces. Okay, that's still good. We'll do it one more time. Second pull. That's coming in 6 pounds, 1 ounce. Okay, still good. And here we go. Last trigger pull. That's coming in 5 pounds, 10 ounces. Again, not too bad, but really where the magic happens is with that single action pull. 4 pounds, 13.6 ounces. Pretty decent trigger for a budget gun. Well, alright guys, this has been your quick look at the new 2002 Taurus G3X. This is a hybrid crossover pistol. Again, it has the slide length of a compact pistol, but the frame of a full-size pistol. And what that's going to help you do is really control your recoil when you're starting to picking up your shooting cadence. Stay tuned for the full review. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.